Wave power is something which has challenged engineers and scientists for well over a couple of hundred years, dealing with the environment, dealing with the extremes of storm waves, the extreme amount of power that you can get in storms. And to give you an idea, the power in the sea during a storm is something like 1,000 times greater than it is during your normal operating conditions. We've been working on something called the AWS 3, which is a large-scale machine which uses rubber membranes to capture the power of the waves. These machines will be utility scale, so 2.5 megawatts each, which is significantly larger than what anybody else is working on. Over the years we've developed a reputation for telling it like it is. The result of that is that we've got very significant interest from utilities. They know that when they talk to AWS they can believe what we say. Talking to a mutual acquaintance, a very experienced engineer, about the lack of engineers with a really good practical sense of engineering and the ability to innovate, and he suggested that I get in touch with 4C. We engaged 4C to do an initial piece of work, and that was extremely impressive. In a way, it's the courage to throw the rule book out and say, yeah, we're just going to get a whole bunch of interesting people in here who might have some relevance to this problem we're looking at. We're not going to make sure that every single one's a chartered engineer and dyed in the wool with 20 years of experience. We're just going to get people in who, you know, might add something. And that takes a bit of courage, and you know, it is very refreshing.
So the tank testing we've done recently is essentially a model test of what we call our full-scale single-cell test. So we want to test one single cell from the full-scale machine, and it's coupled to a barge. 4C were involved with the sort of design and development of that entire test concept, and then we went to the tank to validate the concept, validate the barge design, the cell design, and so on and so forth. 4C also helped with the specific design and development of the absorber or the diaphragm on the front of the cells. The results have been massively useful. I guess we almost didn't really know in detail of how the barge was going to respond when we have the cell in front of it, so we've been able to measure the motions, we've been able to measure the airflow, the diaphragm motion, so in a range of sea states we now understand how the full-scale system is going to respond. The more time we spent with 4C, we understand how they work, they understand how we work, and it's developed quite a good relationship, I think. We can trust them to do jobs and they can go away and come back with the answer, as opposed to needing lots of input and real specific focus on tasks all the time. We can give them an open remit and they come back with good answers.
The way that we create value is to develop new technology to the point where it can be commercialized. Or you just go to traditional engineers and they spend a lot of time doing detailed design on something that will never work. Our experience with 4C really was quite different, in that every time we went to them with a problem, we actually got something back which we felt we could use, something which added to the core value of our business. If we just look on a competitive basis, then there really are not many companies like 4C which can provide that sort of service, so it's kind of difficult to measure them against anything else. I think from our point of view is we know that they price fairly, they charge for the work they do, they don't charge for other things, there's not a lot of hidden overhead, there's not a lot of admin cost, and the result is that not only are they good value for money, they're also affordable. They're professional, definitely professional, unconventional, but reliable. But overall they're just cool.